Hey everyone and welcome to Storytime. My name is Jake and today we are going to be looking at the subreddit r/choosingbeggars. So sit back, relax and enjoy some funny Reddit stories. Offers to pay me an exposure and then to charge me for the products I would supply her coffee shop. I own a small custom baking service to make extra money. I live in a city in France where there is next to no specialty items like gluten-free, keto, etc. Usually I just do orders for parties or some small catering companies. My friend arranged for me to meet the owner of a vegan coffee shop. Me is me and EO is entitled owner. I called and arranged a time to drop off samples, then an appointment to further discuss my prices. I made my price list and came dressed in business attire, i.e. slacks and a blazer. I came 5 minutes early and the employee working the counter said the owner would be late and offered me a coffee. I accepted and waited nearly 25 minutes for the owner to arrive. She was wearing jeans and a t-shirt with giant sunglasses that she didn't take off until the middle of the conversation. She was an American woman, so maybe what she proposed is more common in America. So here is what our conversation was like. Insert pleasantries. So, your pies are really good. We would love to stock them. I am happy to hear that. I would love to work with you. I'm thinking 20 to 30 a week to start. Note, I thought this was high as the pies have 8 to 9 large pieces and it's a very small cafe. That's great. Did you have a chance to look over the email regarding my service I sent? Yeah, not exactly. Not a problem. I brought a printout here including my price list. At this point, she finally takes off her sunglasses and then pushes away the papers I had set in front of her. So, about that, I'm willing to pay you an exposure. Excuse me? I don't know if you have noticed, but we have a sizable Instagram following. I'm sorry, but I don't think that will work. As you're buying a considerable quantity, we can further negotiate my prices. Well, I know ingredients are spendy, so we can work something out. What do you mean? How about you take some of our ingredients and you bake here, then I charge you a small hourly fee, plus I'll still pay you an exposure. Me, seeing this is going nowhere, I'm sorry, that won't work. Thank you for your time and good luck. You can pay for your coffee at the front. Also, I would like to add that she literally said nothing to me in French except bonjour and assumed I spoke English. I really hope that she paid for that coffee with exposure. Choosy Beggar Free Tree Edition. I work as a volunteer coordinator for a local non-profit in my area. One of the major things this organization does is help manage and run the state's Arbor Day tree giveaway events. While my job is mainly to organize the volunteers that help make this event happen, I naturally also have to interact with public from time to time at this event, which is where I met Miss Choosy Beggar. We offer a variety of different tree species, and some are often more popular than others. We have people line up to 2 hours before the event begins so they can get the specific tree they want. This year we offered lemon trees and they were a hit. We ran out of these in probably the first hour. About 3 hours into the event, I had a woman approach me to complain. And remember, I'm a volunteer coordinator, working a booth clearly labeled as such and had no authority over the type and amount of trees offered. I wanted a lemon tree, but there are none left. Oh yeah, those run out really quickly. They are super popular. We have people line up before we even open the gates. Well, you really should give out more of them if you know they are so popular. How many did you even have? Well, I'm not too sure, but we divide our stock evenly between event sites. The amount and species vary each year depending on availability and cost. Well, you should give this site more lemon trees so we can get what we want. She then walks away. Okay, lady, what do you want me to do about it? It's a free tree that's been growing for a whole year, worth at least $50, likely more. Things offered for free seriously bring out the worst in people. I also had people complain that there wasn't enough parking in the middle of downtown, where we have no control over how much parking we can provide. If you are going to be picky, get here early then. Sheesh. I'm pretty sure I've seen lemon trees go for like upwards of $100, so getting one for free, you should consider yourself lucky. Sister-in-law must have the money on Black Friday day or else. My sister-in-law, my wife's sister, came over on Thanksgiving 8 years ago and has a long history of borrowing and never paying us back. After all, your husband is a doctor and you've got that great job at the bank. You're both loaded. She once told my wife. Short story is that she needed a $60,000 down payment for an apartment in a landmarked building in Manhattan and came to my wife for the money in mid-November. My wife agreed and drew up a written agreement for payback. On Thanksgiving, sister-in-law started right after dinner nagging about the closing going to happen in 7 days, and now needs the money in her ATI escrow account. My wife and I both said, no way anyone needs the money over this holiday. Can't do anything until Monday anyhow. Still, she insisted, and pouted and nagged the rest of the dang night. I signed your dang agreement for payback, and now this is how you treat me? Relentless. Until finally, at 2 AM on Good Friday, my wife just sat down at the computer with her to do the transfer of the $60,000 to the ATI escrow. But sister-in-law didn't have the ATI's escrow bank account number. How will we get it? Text him, my wife suggested. No, she replied. It's Thanksgiving night. I can't bother him, my sister-in-law said. Perhaps my wife can call his cell, was sister-in-law's idea. Wife and I both looked at each other, weary-eyed in utter belief. Finally, I spoke. We can't do it tonight. We have to wait until tomorrow. Sister-in-law lost it, yelling, pacing back and forth. You guys better not let me down with this. My lawyer said he needed the money by Good Friday or the deal is off. The closing must happen by next Friday. Next day, money was transferred. The closing, I hear you ask, didn't happen until mid-June of the following year. Yes, our $60,000 gathered zero interest for 8 full months and change. And for follow-up, she repaid exactly $19,254, then just stopped paying. I guess all families are different and it's your money to give away, so I've got nothing to do with it, but like lending out $60,000 and only getting 30% of it back, ugh. But it's not the right sandwich. It happened, I came across a choosing beggar. So quick background, I am working from 7 AM to 4 PM on Thursdays. Once a month, we have a team meeting on that day from 6 to 8 PM. Since I live an hour away and the others don't, I am the only one that doesn't go home then. I just chill for 2 hours and go to a store or something. And I always come back with cookies so we can eat them during this meeting. All of my coworkers think it's a great gesture and thank me for doing it every time. So now, the story. There is a colleague called Angela, and she is working from 10 AM to 6 PM on Thursdays. So being the decent human being I am, I asked her if I should bring her some food since she'd surely be hungry otherwise until 8, and cookies aren't the best thing for a healthy diet. She told me there was that shop X that would sell the best caprese sandwiches she'd ever had. That one was about half an hour away from work. It's near the train station, so I thought she presumed I was going home anyway. So I told her that I actually wanted to go to store Y, 15 minutes away, and return. I told her I would bring her a sandwich though. She shook her head. I am very picky with my sandwiches. Like, I don't like fish or cheese or ham. Well, I will see if I find something similar to a caprese sandwich in Shop Y then, alright? Oh, alternatively, could you get me a pizza from Shop X? I was kinda annoyed by that time and explained to her yet again that Shop X was too far away and that I'd go to Shop Y. By that time, she was like, whatever, just get me something from Shop X. I didn't correct her really, I thought she'd seen when I returned, so when I went to Shop Y as I had planned, bought the cookies for the meeting along with some other things, and then looked at the sandwich section. I was even lucky enough to get a caprese sandwich. Perfect. I bought it too and went back to work. By the time I went back, it was 10 minutes before the meeting would start, and I smiled giving her the sandwich. Oh boy. What's that? Your sandwich. I found caprese even. But that's not the right one. I told you 100 times I wanted it from store X. I was really taken aback. Like, what? She had the audacity to ask me to make up for my mistake, and I nodded, took the sandwich and gave it to the other colleague that needed to work until 6. I know it's not a very exciting story or anything, but I wanted to share. It was the first time I came across one of those. Didn't she say, oh, I don't like cheese, but then she said I want a caprese sandwich? Because doesn't a caprese sandwich contain, like, cheese? Bride steals $30,000 of wedding donations and then asks for more. Hi invitees to the blank wedding. After much reflection and tear-filled conversation with our closest family members, we have decided to cancel our upcoming winter wedding. We will further notify this group when we are in a better place to reschedule. We thank each and every one of you for your generous early donations to our money fund. Can you believe we have raised over $30,000? Unbelievable! Don't worry, the money you've donated will not be spent in vain, but rather used toward a honeymoon in the coming months. After we regain financial stability and hold calm in our hearts after a honeymoon, we will announce a new wedding date and reopen our money fund for any further gifts. Weddings are expensive. We are blessed to have generous family members who gave us these large donations. It will help offset our honeymoon costs and to scale to an even better future wedding. We really couldn't have made it this far without you. Please stay tuned. In the meantime, I'll be updating our gift fund registry on Amazon if anyone would like to gift us something to take on our honeymoon. If you have any ideas on where we can go, please PM me or Edward. As mentioned, we will keep you updated when we are reopening our money fund and have a new wedding date in the works. Don't be too sad, the new wedding is gonna be a hit. Love you, Pam. That has got to be the most insane thing I have ever read. Like what? Who spends $30,000 on a honeymoon and wedding combined? That's just an insane amount of money. And then to ask for more, ugh. Picky homeless man. The other day I was headed home from work and I just got a Taco Bell. I decided to stop at a liquor store and a homeless man asked for some money for food. This is how the conversation went. Sorry man, I don't have any cash. I do have an extra burrito though. What kind of burrito? Rice and bean burrito. Nah man, I'm good, but can't you just buy me a pizza with your debit card from Pizza Hut? I was shocked and asked him if he was really turning down free food, and he just said yeah, and asked again for Pizza Hut. Good old Los Angeles. Hey everyone, I hope you all had a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to check out some other videos, then click on screen right now or check out the playlist down below. If you enjoyed that video, then please do leave a like. And if you want to submit your own stories, then you can do so by joining the Discord in the top link in the description. But thank you so much for watching and I will see you very soon.